first 5 shows on January 6th were like, well, yeah, it's bad, but I don't think you're telling the truth about what actually happened. Shut up! Racist! What? So that's always the key for me. If it's like an infection, you know it's infected when it hurts. You press it, you recoil. They immediately recoiled when you asked any questions about January 6th. And that was a tip-off to me. I mean, I had no thought in my head as I watched this happen on television and in the subsequent weeks that U.S. law enforcement or military agencies had anything to do with it. That never crossed my mind. I never thought it was a false flag or anything like that. I'm not a conspiracist by temperament. I never thought that. And then I interviewed the chief of the Capitol Police.
Capitol, can you confirm that the FBI had that sort of engagement with your own agents embedded into the crowd on January 6th?
If you are asking whether the violence at the Capitol on January 6th was part of some operation orchestrated by FBI sources and or agents, the answer is emphatically
You're saying
not.
no?
No.
You're saying no?
Not
Okay.
violence orchestrated by
Let's move
FBI
on.
sources or agents.
Are you familiar with you know what a ghost vehicle is? Director of the FBI certainly should. You know what a ghost bus is?
A ghost bus?
Ghost bus.
I'm not sure I've used that term before.
Okay. Well, it's pretty common in law enforcement. It's a vehicle that's used for secret purposes. It's painted over. These 2 buses in the middle here, they were the first to arrive at Union Station on January 6th, 0500. I have all this evidence. I'm showing you a tip of this iceberg.
Mr. Chairman.
These 2 buses
Mr.
are
Chairman.
painted completely white.
Point of order.
Point of order. Sure.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about James.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great and wonderful day, and I will be going over a lot of the January 6th stuff and how much of it has been a hoax, etc. So please stay tuned for that. A lot of this stuff is being reviewed and recorded, etc. So we're going to get to the bottom of this. Now, a little bit of a rant from me. I love the videos, or the comments, comments of people asking me questions of of the woke stuff and all that in the video, and what my opinion was on specifically with characters being black or white or whatever. And I would like to go more in depth in that and make a more accurate video. So I will do something like that, and a lot more interesting stuff is happening this week. Of course, the weekend, I'm going to go over some of that and some of the practice. So there's going to be some recap this week, and then there's going to be a lot of just not recap. So without further ado, I'm going to get directly into the January 6th stuff, and here's what we have so far. If January 6th was an insurrection, why are people allowed to leave like the Capitol was a movie theater? Clearly confirms that what we've said since January 6th, that the January 6th tapes would have exonerated every person charged, and this is why these tapes weren't released. So we're going to actually view this video here and see what is really going on. Take a look. We're going to show you, I'm showing you just that. Now, there's a lot more other videos we're going to go over here, especially with Ari Abinante going over this whole huge thing. And we're going to explain it. The point of the matter I have with this is that the whole January 6th thing was supposed to be this horrible, terrible thing, worse than a 9/11 somehow, where thousands of people actually died in 9/11 compared to the minuscule of one person dying in the January 6th thing, which happened to be an innocent civilian that the police killed. That would happen to be also a military person. Also happened to be a woman. Also happened to be a person that had no gun on them whatsoever, shot dead. So I don't really see on how January 6th was really all that bad, especially now that we're seeing that people are being released, or being able to walk out at the very least of the Capitol building. So what does this really portend? Does this really mean that January 6th was as violent or as evil as people are making out to be? Because I'm having some massive questions here, and we're going to be going over it. So he says, I will be dropping January 6th clips all night. Here's the second clip. Now, we have this here from, obviously, the media told you that January 6th was the combination of Pearl Harbor and 9/11, while CNN with a burning building in the background called BLM Riots mostly peaceful. Exactly. They are seeming to forget the huge amount of people, like the Palestinian people right now, currently in our country, rioting or honestly killing people like that old man or that old Jewish man. Let me be very perfectly clear with that one. And then the case of where all the BLM or Antifa people have been attacking police places, literally committing acts of terrorism, attacking people, creating their own governing body while killing 24 plus people in that area, the George Floyd riots, etc. And you're going to come and say to believe that all those things were not 9/11 or Pearl Harbor status, but this is somehow that level when we've seen far leftists literally go and overwhelm certain areas, attack or kill people. So it really doesn't make sense on what the far left are doing here. I mean, not that they make any sense to begin with, but this is type of stuff that we need to go over. Now we're going to go over this. See, right here, we're just seeing more people leave. We're not seeing like a huge amount of people being contained, where they're causing massive problems. These people are walking through the corridors of the Capitol building, and the police, as you can see here, are doing absolutely nothing. They're not doing anything. And now, for the people that are particularly watching this, probably either just watching it face down, while they're doing their work or whatever, these are just people walking through the corridor of the Capitol. They're not doing anything. They're chatting. They're talking. Some are looking on their phones. The police are off to their left side here, just chatting, talking up, watching them go through, and they're not doing anything. This is what's been going on here. And we have another clip dropping here. And we've all been to concerts that were more intense and dangerous than January 6th. I have actually been part of one that have been more dangerous than this. The January 6th tapes footage in the Hall of Columns. The Capitol Police, although outnumbered, have absolute control of the situation the crowd receives without violence of any kind. Yes, and I'm going to stop this here very briefly. So, yes, and if anybody's been to a concert, which I'm about to go to another one, and I may believe in April, so you guys would not be having me on that day. I was invited, I accepted, and I am going to go there for everything. So, that being said, I have been to concerts that have been more dangerous. I have seen mosh pits where people have gotten injured or a fight broke out, and it was a lot more dangerous than this. Or I have been to the Aftershock event to where my eyes got more traumatized to those people that were there, and one of my friends almost got crushed to death by a huge amount of crowds because of, of all the pressure, etc., etc. So yes, I have been to concerts that have been more dangerous than what we are seeing here. Now, again, these are people that are having flags and what have you. I will even post this up to make it bigger for everyone to see so you guys get to have a better view. So what we're seeing here is that these are the officers, the patrolmen, for people that are just listening to me. These are people just walking with their flags, the American flag, Trump flags. There's a lot of U.S. Capitol Police there just pacing back and forth, having control. There's no violence whatsoever happening right here at all. They're just peacefully protesting. That's all that they're doing. And I'm having some immense concerns onto why this video was not published, which I think we could get a good idea of why this video or this recording was not published, because the Democrats, the far left, the authoritarians, want to create a narrative that is wrong, and then painting a whole group of people, side of people being bad, which is not the case. It seems like this is the complete opposite of what's going on. And now, we all know that there was a few bad actors. Granted, police commonly walking up to by insurrectionists at the fourth clip. So yeah, these are the insurrectionists. These are the people that are going and, committing so much horrible crimes and hurting people and causing and destroying things. Yes, these are the people that are doing this type of stuff. And then we have this here. The fifth clip includes Jacob Chansley, the shaman, and this is going to be even more eye-opening. And why should the Jacob Chansley, the shaman, aka this guy, was released? Because they have no actual evidence. And now I'm starting to see here that the FBI or our government that has captured or held these people has been completely illegal. They have violated their rights. They have arrested these people under false pretenses and wanted to make a message, don't do this or else this happens to you, which seems to be like a common thing with our current government right now. I don't see to where this is an issue. And then we have more here. The sixth clip may be the most damning yet. An alleged FBI informant posing as a MAGA supporter showing his badge to Capitol Police at checkpoint. So, this, yeah. Yep. Let me review this very slowly for you guys here. Because as we're seeing this, you're seeing this man, this is the guy right here. And he is showing his badge to the police right here. Right here. And he's wearing a MAGA hat. So, if there was no FBI or Capitol Police there, or what have you, or government officials, then what's this, huh? What is that, exactly? Set Fifth Cliff the Fed pass. And we're going to see all this stuff here. And again, I don't know what is this here, but but this is insanity to me, right? That this is actually happening. It's insanity to me that these people are doing this. And this is what our government is doing. Our government is actively, my friends, they are actively doing this stuff. And this is just one of many examples of January 6th defendants denied video so the corrupt DOJ could speed up the proceedings. We live in a banana republic under Biden. Judge denies January 6th defendants bid for time to review McCarthy's Capitol security footage. Exactly. So, this is a complete misuse of justice and how corrupt the DOJ is. Full stop. And we're understanding on how bad these people think this is. This is a huge problem. Now, we did see some violence from certain people. Yes. We have seen that there was evidence that the Antifa or BLM were opposing at certain people and starting riots. We knew that Ray Epps also incited an attack onto certain things. So we have some bad actors, yes. Now, this was not everybody, and this video is showing it to be quite true. So yes, our criminal justice system is garbage. January 6th was a lie. It was a hoax. This never happened. And by the way, it was all by our great and overseer authoritarian government. So I want some of our leaders to really go after some of these insane people so that way we can deal with them as per usual. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care my friends.